Hello and welcome to the 50th episode of From Impossible to Inevitable. I am your host, Megan Bauer. Thank you for joining me today and pushing play. I appreciate your love and support of me and this podcast, and I hope that throughout these past 49 episodes that I have published, you have found something that has really encouraged you, lift you, and what's the right word? Inspired you on your way, on your journey, because that's what this is about. That's what this whole thing is about. I have recently realized that this whole life journey is about helping others on their way, being the best I can be so that I can have the capacity and bandwidth to help others, whether that's doing a project with my kids or doing the dishes for my husband or just being a kind and loving listener for a friend that is helping people grow and develop on their own journey and on their own path. And as we are able to do that for others, they'll be able to turn around and do that for someone else. And it becomes this beautiful chain reaction. And that's what I'm hoping to do. I'm hoping to play my part in that chain reaction where we all just help each other be the best we can be and have the capacity to help others on their way too. So today I have a simple yet sort of profound idea that I am presenting to you to consider, to think about, to marinate on, and that is that today matters. What you do today matters. It matters to you, it matters to those around you, and it matters in the grand scheme of things. We often want some sort of like big event, this big thing, this big whatever, big epiphany, big moment, the big thing. We want the big thing, and yet we miss that the big thing is made up of so many little things. And all of those little things are done in moments, minutes, maybe hours of your day. Think about a big grand celebration. Maybe think about, I don't know, we just had Thanksgiving, and so maybe think about the big Macy's Day Parade. There are so many little things that go into making that big, huge event what it is. And those things were done in regular old Tuesdays. Those things were done on just a normal Thursday. It wasn't a big event every single day. And all of those little checkbox ticks, check marks added up to the great big event thing. You've got a big goal, a big dream, and you want that to be realized. So often it's so easy to just flop back in your chair and feel like today doesn't matter because I'm not there. And I feel like I'm just chipping away at an iceberg and I'm not getting any closer to the big thing, the big goal, the big dream. But chipping away at the iceberg does reduce the iceberg. It does remove part of what's in your way to the big goal. Doing those little things every single day, chipping away at it, makes a difference. I saw this illustration on, I think it was on Pinterest, and the illustration was of this circle over and over and over again. So you could see like these layered circles, and it said, this is what success feels like, that we're just going in circles over and over again. But then the artist changed the perspective of the illustration, And right below that, you actually see that it's not a bunch of circles on top of each other. When you took a step back, instead of the top view, you're looking at it from the side, you could see that it was a spiral, a tight spiral going up. So if you change your perspective, you realize that slowly, each of these little things slowly get you there. I have 2 young daughters, and as a parent, I learn a lot from them, from parenting them. And it feels like I'm telling them and myself at the same time. I tell them practice makes better, and I tell them it takes time. And sometimes they ask me, "Mom, how did you get so good at this?" Or how did you become, how are you able to do that so well, or whatever it is. And I tell them, "Well, I've had a lot of practice." And I don't realize it anymore, like I can just make, what is it that I make? I don't know. I don't cook very much, but there are things that I can just do, and it's easy. It's, just habit now. It's just muscle memory, perhaps. And they struggle with it because I've had the years, maybe decades of practice on that one thing. How can you write your letters so well? Well, I've been doing it for a very long time, so I ought to be fairly good at it. And maybe some of us have been writing their letters for a very, very long time and still aren't that good at it. But we are all have something that we have become just so good at because we've done it for so long. And now that we're good at it, now that it's just seems second nature, we forget about all of the time it took to get there. We forget about the daily efforts that it took to get there. The struggle to know what your times tables were. You forget about how hard that was because now it's just so easy. And for my daughters, for my little one who's 4, writing her letters is a challenge. And writing her name, she has to stop and think about what letter comes next. And she's getting it, she's got it, and it's really exciting. And my older one, she's still learning times tables. And, division is coming up quick, and it's a struggle. It's a hard thing. And they just haven't had as much practice as I have. And I put that time in over years. And when we're trying something, to achieve something, to build something, to create something, to live something we've never built, created, or lived before, it takes time to create that, to build it, to live it. And that happens on a normal Tuesday, on a regular Wednesday. That happens bit by bit as you chip away at that iceberg. So what you choose today really matters. Today matters. What you do today matters. Who you choose to be today matters. And you get to choose. You get to choose who you are. You get to choose how you behave, how you speak to yourself, how you interact with others. You get to choose what you do, how well you do it, how quickly you do it, how much you have to talk yourself into doing it. You get to choose. And some of those choices will set you up for the success that you want, and some of them won't. And that's how life is. You win some, you lose some. Some days you do a great job, some days you stay in bed till 2, and that's fine. It all balances out as long as the majority of your days you're moving forward. Take a break, take a rest, take a nap. For heavens, take a nap. Then get up and keep going because it matters. It definitely matters. You matter. What you do today matters. Your dreams matter. You can get there. It just takes a day at a time. And those days can feel so meaningless. And that's what this episode is for. I want you to hear in your head, when you feel like what you do today doesn't matter, I want you to know that it does. I want you to know that even if you just take the tiniest little step in the right direction and then you go take a nap and drink a giant soda, you've done something. You've moved forward. You made a chip in that iceberg. And do that every single day. And it will add up. I promise you it will add up. It always adds up. And it will add up for you, for your benefit. I leave that with you today, and I hope it encourages you. I hope it lifts you. I hope that you can go forward on your day, your week, your month, your new year coming up, knowing that you can make a difference in your own life and in those lives around you. And that's what I got for you today. I hope you have the best day. Until next time. Bye for now.